I spent 67 years on this earth, and the most dangerous thing I ever did was learn how to be patient. My name is Jonathan McCarthy. I lived in a cream-colored colonial house on Burwood Lane in Naperville, Illinois. The kind of neighborhood where neighbors wave politely from their driveways, even when nobody really means it. From the outside, my life looked perfect. A successful property management business, a 31-year marriage, a quiet, respectable life people assumed was worth envying. But appearances are strange things. They hide cracks. The kitchen clock ticked. The refrigerator hummed. I was sitting at the kitchen table finishing a bowl of homemade chicken soup when my wife Paula walked through the door, smelling like a hotel minibar. She leaned against the door frame and smiled. "You know what happened today, Jonathan?" she said. Not asked, said, like she had rehearsed the line on the drive home. "I had a one-night stand with Craig," she said. "My boss." She paused, watching my reaction. And honestly, I'd do it again. The kitchen clock ticked. The refrigerator hummed. Outside, a dog barked once and stopped. Paula expected shouting, maybe plates thrown across the room. Instead, I picked up my spoon and finished my soup. "That's it?" she asked. "I just told you I slept with Craig Hendricks, and you're eating soup?" "It's good soup," I said. After she went upstairs, I washed the bowl, dried it, and put it away. Then I went to the garage and sat in my truck. And for exactly 4 minutes, I allowed myself to feel everything. Anger, humiliation, 31 years collapsing in a single moment. 4 minutes later, the emotion stopped. What remained was logistics. Because the truth is, I had suspected something for years. Late nights, phone calls taken outside, a laugh she only used when talking to someone else. 14 months earlier, I had met with a lawyer named Christine Knight. Together, we quietly restructured my company, McCarthy and Associates, the business Paula believed she co-owned. On paper, Paula still owned half the company, but the real business, the contracts, clients, revenue, had been moved to a new LLC. The old company she owned was a shell. Years ago, my father lost everything in a divorce. Standing outside the courthouse, he told me something I never forgot. "When it's over, make sure you're the one who decided when." The Friday before Paula's confession, I moved the money, savings, accounts, investments, everything. I left 14 cents behind, mostly for my own sense of humor. That same night, I loaded 3 bags into my truck, clothes, documents, and the only irreplaceable thing in the house, my mother's portrait. At 7:30 the next morning, Paula walked downstairs expecting coffee in bed. Instead, she found an empty house, an empty account, and a company worth about $400. What she didn't know was that 14 months earlier, I had hired a private investigator. The affair hadn't started recently. It had been going on for 4.5 years. Over $63,000 had been paid to a fake vendor called Apex Property Consulting. Invoices for work that never existed. A reporter from the Chicago Tribune eventually uncovered the scheme. The article named Craig Hendricks, the fraudulent vendor, and Paula McCarthy, the operations manager who approved the payments. 11 weeks later, the divorce was finalized. Paula walked away with $82,000 in a storage unit. I kept the real business. I didn't feel victorious, just quiet. Because sometimes the smartest revenge is simply being ready.